Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. I'm Tom Poland, beaming out to you from the Sunshine Coast here in Australia, joined today by Jason Van Orden. Jason, warm g'day from down under, Sue. Where are you hanging out?
Yeah, hi there, Tom. I'm in Brooklyn, New York today. I mean, that's where I live. That's
Brooklyn.
where I am
I
most days.
bet you have some great Reubens there, in those New York delis.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Katz's Daily is my favorite place to get a good Reuben.
Yeah, getting a Reuben here in Australia is not easy, I can tell you. But there's
That's a bummer.
That is a real bummer. But there's one cafe in Melbourne, which is only a 2.5 hour flight from where I am, called Bowery on Williamsburg, and it's basically an American New York style deli, and they have Reubens to die for. So once a year, I hop on a plane to go get my Reuben.
Just to get your Reuben. I
Just to
love
get
it.
my Reuben. Well, I say hello to a daughter while down there and catch a couple of shows, but the Reuben is center stage. All right.
Perfect.
Off culinary delights and back onto you, sir. Folks, Jason does this magical thing that I just wish the heck every coach, every consultant, every trainer would do, because it takes you from a very limited revenue stream to something that is almost uncapped. And it not only potentially generates a whole lot more revenue and sales for you, but it brings into play potentially a richness of diversity by bringing your clients together. Potentially it can do this so that they get more value. Not only you spending much less time with your clients and serving many more clients, but they're all getting value, not just from you, from each other. So it's kind of spine-tingling, exciting for me to have you here, Jason, because I'm a believer. And folks, so if you want to scale value delivery, if you want to enrich your clients' experiences by exposing to other clients, then you want to listen up. Title today is How to 10 times, only 10? Huh.
Maybe 20. It can be
Maybe,
20.
yeah, exactly. But 10 would be a good start. 10 times the number of clients you have, but serve them half the time. Jason, let's kick off. Our 7 minutes is going to start just as soon as I find the timer. Here we go. Start now. Question number one, sir, who's your ideal client?
Yeah, so it's that coach or consultant who's been doing great work for a while. They know who their ideal client is. They know how to get them really good results. And they've started to see the themes, the patterns, and like, this is what people need to go from where they're at to where they want to go. And yet now they're at this point where they've reached maxed out in terms of how many clients they can serve, given the time they have to dedicate to that client facing time, or they see that horizon coming and they're like, you know what, I want a bigger income and impact than that. So I need a way to go from one-to-one business model to a one-to-many business model. And that's what I help them do.
And that may answer question two, which I had for you, which is, what's the problem you solve? Is there anything else you want to unpack on that problem that you solve for them? You're talking about going from one to many, and in a whole lot less time.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's serving more people in less time, but not sacrificing the results either. Because I know that, coaches and consultants, they get in the business because they want to change people's lives. They want to help them reach that transformation that they're looking for. And so I know that's one thing that sometimes coaches and consultants worry about when they go to a one-to-many model. But as I'll be able to talk about here in a little bit too, is when you've really solidified your signature process for delivering results and packaged it in a way that allows you to deliver it one to many, you also are now able to incrementally improve that process over time. And so the results actually get better and better and better as you figure out through a feedback loop, here is what works best for my clients, and come up with more efficient ways to deliver that.
I love that phrase, your signature process. And folks, I think that I'd forgotten about that. So thank you for the reminder, Jason. But it is an obstacle in a lot of people's minds, is how will I deliver value as effectively one to many as I can one to one? I wonder if part of the answer is that you can actually deliver it more effectively, because you potentially, if you're running courses and programs, you've got the opportunity for clients to be interacting with each other, which adds a richness, as I alluded to before, and a diversity and ideas which don't exist all in your own mind as the primary value provider. So part of the answer may also be that in order to figure out your signature value process, is you might add more to that process and you might leave some things behind.
Yes.
But the clients can walk away with a more valuable experience provided you slice and dice this right. And that's part of what I guess, Jason, you help people with, is figuring that out. 4.5 minutes left. Question 3 are the symptoms. So a coach or a consultant or a trainer who needs what you've got, what's currently going on? They're probably going to be slammed time-wise, right? Because they're all one-on-one, doing all the work one-on-one. Well, what else is kind of like a signal or clue to them they should be reaching out to you?
Yeah, so they're feeling pulled between, okay, I'm marketing and finding new leads. Okay, now I'm trying to sell to bring more people. Okay, now I got to serve those clients, right? And there's these different parts of our business, and sometimes we can get yanked between them and feel like none of them are getting the attention that we want. So one thing I tell my clients is like, look, when we really dial in your signature process and make you more efficient at serving more people in less time, it's going to free up more time over here for you to be able to focus on the marketing and sales activities that you need to do to bring that regular stream in, and therefore fill your offers, your group programs, whatever. It can look a number of different ways, but your one-many offers will be able to stay filled because you will now have more time to focus on attracting and enrolling the right people.
Right. Quick caveat question. Are you paying me any affiliate commission to promote you?
Sorry, say that again?
I want the audience to know that you're not paying me any affiliate commission to promote you. So are you paying me any affiliate commission to promote you?
Oh, no, absolutely. No, absolutely not.
Right. So my point, the reason I'm saying this, folks, is that I'm going to get hot and heavy about recommending you reach out to Jason, because I've been through the journey that he's suggesting you go through, and it's a freaking nightmare, because you're trying to climb 2 trees at once. You're trying to keep your existing customers happy and get the time to build this new program or course. And those trees get further apart as you climb them. So you've got to get stuff pro-designed, not only for the reason I've just mentioned, that you're probably going to be time poor trying to climb these 2 trees at the same time, but this is a profession. This is something that has to be done like a doctor or a lawyer. You need training, you need qualifications, you need experience. Because if you do what I did and just try to build your own online course, your clients will be polite, but they'll hate it, because you'll just give them too much to do too fast. And that's one of the big mistakes that I think people make. Question 4, any other common mistakes that people make when they're trying to solve the problem that you can help people with?
Yeah, so there are 1 or 2 that I see the most often. One is thinking, hey, I'm so valuable to my clients, I have to be in the room. It's me being intuitive. I'm integral to the process. And it's like, look, we all want to feel valuable to our clients. But if we put ourselves in a position where it's like, we have to be present in the room for them to get the results they want, then we are ensuring that we will have a high demand on our time and energy in perpetuity as we try to grow our business. And you just will not be able to scale. So realizing it's like, hey, your ideas can be turned into a system where that becomes the star of the show. That becomes the thing that they're buying into. And then you and your team are supporting the delivery of that system to get them to where they want. So that's the first thing to realize, and a common mistake that I see a lot of people making.
Yeah. And just for the sake of time, I'll keep moving on because the clock is ticking.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to jump in there and add something, because for me, it's really important that I give clients, and I have the interaction with clients live. So it's not like you have to put everything into this process system online, folks. You can still have your weekly or your monthly Q&A with groups of clients where you are being intuitive, where you are spitballing,
100%.
where you're downloading whatever you're downloading from wherever it downloads from. So you can have all that. It's just that you've taken 80 or 90% of the value delivery, the value that your clients are going to off your shoulders, out of your time. So you can have the best of both worlds with this. Let's move on. Top tip. What's something someone can do to move forward with this? Not going to solve the whole problem, but it might be a step in the right direction.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to assume that they already know, like, here's my ideal client and their needs, where they're at, where they want to get, what's the gap, and that you know the core outcomes. Okay. So the first thing is start defining your signature process. So how do you do that? Well, start breaking down and noticing the themes and how you guide them from here to there, and think of it in terms of milestones. So here's the core end outcome that they want, but what are those 3 or 5 or 7 specific milestones? So meaningful, measurable, actionable things. It's like, well, then we need to get them to this point and then to this point, and they can clearly see how all of that relates to where they want to go. And as you start laying that out into those milestones, well, now you can turn that into a curriculum for a program. You can slice and dice that into different offers. It makes it a lot easier to create marketing and content based on your IP.
Got it. Great first step. So step 1, step 2, step 3, milestone it, final result, that'll help you come up with the framework. And it might be actually quite motivational for you as well, listening to this, to do that, because it'll give you a sense that this is actually achievable. Question 6, where can people go to find out more about what you do? I'm going to tell people just for the sake of time. It's Jason Van Orden, Jason, hopefully you know how to spell Jason, VANORDEN.com/scalable-genius. What are they going to find there, Jason?
They're going to find a workshop that's going to help them define their signature process over a 2-hour workshop where I walk them through that and nailing that down. So happy to share that freely.
Okay, jasonvanorden.com, scalable-genius. Go get it. 15 seconds left, sir. What's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
And I love talking about space and the universe and how everything started. So you should ask me, like, how did the universe start? Where did it all come from? Actually, I don't know, but I love thinking about it as much as I can. Like,
beautiful.
Why are we here? It's fascinating stuff.
Jason, thanks so much for your time. Cheers.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.